Happy Friday. Good morning and happy Friday. And this is the kind of energy you're getting today. I don't know why I'm singing that way. I don't even know why I am singing at all. But this is what we're getting for today. Hello, 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 hello. I am just having the craziest. There we go. Yay, there I am. All right. For some reason, this is absolutely driving me crazy, and I don't know why. Everything is like so incredibly dark today, and it's driving me crazy. So, this weekend, your girl is going to be doing some research, some maintenance, and we're going to figure out how to lighten this up because we want to have a nice, bright light live. And I have this shining light in my face, and I'm like, I can't see out of that eye, but that's just what we're dealing with. Okay, so we have Lauren. Hello. It's been raining all day in the UK. See, now here's the thing: is I saw yesterday that there's like this crazy heat wave coming to Europe. Like Italy is going to just um, be having a horrible heat wave. I think Spain is going to be affected. So everybody just needs to be safe during the heat. That is why I always pin like a little please feel free to ask questions and leave comments. And I put a little glass of water because this is our reminder that we need to drink water today. And I myself. Okay, so Diggy, I detailed my VW bug and got it washed and all sorts of crud. I am procrastinating on all other jobs. I have to drive to Ohio on Monday. It feels like the temperature is 106 already and it's only 11 a.m. Ooh, that is hot. I think we're supposed to be up into like 101, 102 this weekend, somewhere along that. Lauren, aren't you guys in some heat dome? Let's see here. Hugs, Courtney. Great to see you. Yes, it's always great to see Courtney. It's always great to see everybody. We love everybody. Hello, D. Shepherd. Hello, Kelly. All right. Wow. Yesterday was like some crazy energy. So this morning when I was getting ready, I went live on Amazon and I did my makeup, and oh my gosh, I gotta tell you, for some reason it seems like I have like a Amazon curse because I went to go live and I pushed the button, and for some reason I panicked. I'm like, oh no, I'm not live. I stopped the button. I canceled my live stream. I had to basically build it from the ground up, go live, and I'm all like, okay, are you ready to do makeup? We're doing makeup. They're just like, whoa, calm down, lady. So I have this like energy today. I got up. I didn't go to the gym today. I was just in one of those moods. I don't know. I'm in this kind of like real transitional kind of mood. I'm in a good mood. I just am in a transitional mood. Oh, Sky Pastel. Hello and welcome. I think this is the first time that, have you been to our live before? Oh, I think you have. So, but hello. It has been 120 here in Palm Springs. I'm going to the beach where it is cool. Here's a little side note for you. Both of my sons, Robert and Brandon, were both born in Palm Springs at the Desert Hospital. So my sister lived out there, and she had my niece already, but I was here in Temecula, and 30 years ago, there wasn't really any hospitals here in Temecula. So I drove out to Palm Springs to give birth to both of my sons. And it's like, it has a real emotional connection to me because, like I said, my sister lived out there for until she passed away. So I was out there all the time. I spent so many summers out there. I remember one time I went out there and we went to go to the water park, and it in my car, without exaggeration, it said it was 132 degrees. And we had gone to the water park, but the water was so hot you couldn't even go into the water. So that reminds me. And then we used to, when I was younger, before I even had kids, I would go out there and hang out with my sister, and we would go to Las Cazuelas, and we would have Mexican food, huge margaritas, and then we would go shopping. And I have just a spot in my heart for Palm Springs. So let's see. So I did my live. I did my makeup. I really do like that makeup I did. I did the Wet and Wild eggshell palette, and I think it looks good. So okay, I need my tribe. So as you know, or may not know, but I was planning on going to a tattoo convention this afternoon. I've never been to one. And I kind of crawled into my own head over this. All right. I was like, I tried to talk myself out of it. I really tried to talk myself out of it in the former fashion where I was like, no, you don't really need to go. What are they going to think of you? I mean, are you going to go there and try to be a poser? Are you this? Are you that? And I'm like, no, you know what? I'm not going to do that to myself. Julie, I actually go live on Amazon. I have my little storefront there, and I'm able to go live. And so what I've been doing is I've been going live on Amazon and talking about like shopping deals on Amazon. And then as soon as I'm done there, I switch over and I come live on here. Tiki says, no, they will want to do their art on you. You know what? And here's the thing is that again, and like I say, to me, it always helps talking about my really not very kind inner voices. And I feel like if I talk about them to you, then maybe it will help you if you have the same kind of inner voice. But I know what it was. I know exactly why I was doing what I was doing. How do you watch? What you can do is my Amazon storefront should be in my description down below. And it takes you right to my little store. Amazon is kind of cool. It has like a little storefront where I can have all of my recommendations. If I do videos or if I do like take pictures of outfits or something, I can put all in one place. And when I go live on my little storefront. And it's just kind of like hanging out and being like, hey, here's some really cool things I found. And on Monday, I'm doing the three necessary steps for skincare: water, sunscreen, and moisturizer. So I will, I'll put another link. I'll put a post out with the link. And if you want to watch there, you can. Julie says, how do you watch? And then Kelly says, it is an anxiety thing, big crowd, or just self-doubt. It's just self-doubt. You see, here's what I was telling myself. And I caught myself absolutely buying into this. Okay, so let me step back and let me tell you what my thoughts and where my thought process was. I started having a little insecurity. All right, I started being like, oh my gosh, what are people going to think? What's this? What's that? Then Julie, I'll go ahead and I'll make sure that I post it. So that way, if you're on Amazon and if you like my shop or if you find my shop, if you Google Lonni Pike Amazon storefront, it will take you right to my store. But I was like, my insecurity got to me. All right. My insecurity did. Lauren says, Lonni, go to the tattoo convention. I went to the one in the UK my first time and no one blinked an eye at me or even looked, as they were either all getting tattooed or looking at the pop-up shops they have. Exactly. And that's what I know, Lauren. And 100% that's what I know. But I started being like, are they going to look at you like, what's that old lady doing here? Blah, 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 blah. Again, my mean inner voices. We are meaner to ourselves than anybody else. And I know everything that my inner voice was telling me was wrong. I 100% now know that. But let me back up. So my inner voices were like, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, here's what I was doing. I was like, okay, well, what kind of outfit will I wear? What kind of outfit will I wear to be totally like, cool or this or that. And all of a sudden I'm like, no, girl, what are you doing? You're going to be such a poser. And that's what you're scared of. You need to go just like you're going to the store, be confident in yourself, and just go. And then I was like, yeah, that's where the insecurity was coming from. The insecurity was coming from the fact that I was thinking like I had to put on a persona to go because that's what I used to do when I was insecure. Okay. So we're going to go deeper. We're going to peel this onion back. All right. Because I have to always figure out where the roots of these insecurities come from so I can fix it. So we're peeling. We're peeling this onion back. And what it was is that be a poser. I'm sure everybody here would think you're a badass. See, and that's just the thing is I want to just go and have fun. I just want to go and look. I'm bringing my GoPro. I'm filming in YouTube so you all can experience this with me. But here's where the insecurity lies. You know, when I was younger, I was not a secure person. And when I was married to this narcissistic person who tore me down. And when I'm insecure, I go right back to where I was in that marriage. And I'm like, okay, if I wear this outfit, I'll be cool and people will like me. If I look like this, I'll be okay. And you know, he won't say mean things. And that's where I went. I went right back to my insecurity when I was married and as a kid. And so it was me, it was 58-year-old Lonni who was like, no, girl, you have come much farther than that. So and this happened all in the span of me taking Indy for a walk, me getting in the shower, I think a lot in the shower. And I think that that's like my quiet time to where I can just relax and just let my thoughts unwind. So I'll show you the outfit I'm going to wear because it's hot. It's going to be over 100 degrees. I want to be comfortable and I don't want my feet to hurt. So let me show you my outfit. Dee Shepherd says, I don't think you would look like a poser if I would see you there, you would give more confidence. You would be totally a badass. And I appreciate y'all so much, but and I know these things. It's just stopping those mean voices before they take hold. And I'm really proud of myself because I stopped those mean voices. Be a ducking warrior. Yeah, April, you know what? Duck you. I'm going to that tattoo convention and I'm going to walk around. I want to see what it's all about. I want to watch people get tattooed. I just want to go and be my true, authentic self. And if anybody has and I don't think anybody would say anything, but I will tell you a story of why I was a little insecure. But first, let me show you my outfit. Oh, and then we're going to do a little trivia. So here's my outfit. Oh, I have to French tuck it. Boink, boink. And that's how I'm going to be walking. And I just think not one person there is going to have any issues with you. Oh, you know what? And I appreciate you, and I know that. But that's the outfit that I'm going to wear. It's comfy, it's flowy, it's me, and I think it's cute. And so, yeah, this is what I'm wearing to my tattoo convention. Okay, so here's the story I'm going to tell you. And then this is one of the reasons why I had that like stuck in the back of my head. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, okay. These shorts are so cute. I found these at Marshall's for $16. And I saw a pair almost identical to on Free People. and they are one of my favorite pair of shorts. Okay, so one time I was getting tattooed, and I hope you go and I hope you have an amazing time. Wear comfortable shoes, bring water bottle. Yes. And here's the thing, it's like the advertisement was, there'll be beers and babes. And I'm like, well, I don't need either one of those. So I'm just bringing my own water. But one time I was getting tattooed and Brian was telling me about how he went to a tattoo convention. And I guess that they have like, where people will stand on stage and they enter their tattoos into a tattoo contest. I don't know. I've never been before. And, so he said that somebody did that, and there was an older lady who joined the contest, and when she went on stage, people booed her. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's that little story that's been stuck in the back of my head that where I'm like, why would people boo an older lady in a tattoo contest? And then I was like, if somebody boos me, man, I am throwing. Nobody boos me. So then I went to my secure emotion, which is like, I'll just scrap, I'm a scrapper. And if somebody is going to insult me, I'll be like, I'll white knuckle it. I'll just be like, thumbs out. I'm business. When thumbs are out, I mean business. So I caught myself getting like really defensive. And then I'm like, no, you got to let that go, Lonni. Just go, have a good time, and don't worry about it. So I'm fine. I'm going to go and I'm going to have a good time. And I am going to take my GoPro and we're going to go together. And then tomorrow we are going to Nordstrom's and we are going to their anniversary sale, but they shut down the store or they opened it early from 8 to 10. By invitation only, you get to go shopping at Nordstrom's, and they have like little snacks and they have like somebody on the piano, and we are going to go to that tomorrow. Swing away, Meryl. Oh, I am. See, but it being totally transparent with you, when I'm uncomfortable like that, I just go in completely guard up. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to live my life always thinking like I'm going to have to fight. So I am in trying to grow, in trying to be a better person. I'm not going to go in looking for a fight. I mean, if somebody's mean to me, then of course I will hold up for myself, but I'm not going to go in with a chip on my shoulder. I can remember when I was a kid and like my first day of kindergarten. This is where it comes from. My very first day of kindergarten, my dad looks at me and goes, Lonni, if anybody fights you, you better defend yourself, fight back, or don't come home. So I'm all like, I don't want to fight, Dad. He's like, I don't care. He goes, if somebody picks on you, you can't walk away from a fight. He goes, don't you start a fight. But if somebody starts a fight with you, you better fight back. So here I am. I had these big old long ponytails, and I like had my little lunchbox, and I'm like, I hope nobody fights me because I really don't want to fight anybody, but I want to go home at night, so I guess I'll have to fight. So, I mean, my dad always says these things. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Courtney. He did it for the best of intentions because he wanted to make sure that his girls could protect themselves. And boy, oh boy, did he do a good job. Hey, stay open-minded. You could run into a potential bear. That's what I was thinking. Kelly, that's exactly what I was thinking. Why do you think my shorts are so short? You know what? I had other shorts I could wear, but I'm like, there might be a nice tattooed bear there, and my little legs might just be like, so, there you go. There's complete honesty for you. And with that, I'm like, whew, let's talk about a little trivia. All right, has everybody got their thinking caps on? Because we are going to do trivia, and then we still have more Free People fashion to look at because we didn't even scratch the surface of what they have available for fall. And so I remember that jacket yesterday, the vegan one, that vegan moto jacket. I am thinking I might just have to figure out how to put that in my closet. That one, I'll show you again if you don't remember it from yesterday. But that was amazing. And I actually went to bed last night thinking about that one. You know what? I don't go to bed dreaming of like Brad Pitt or, some other hunky guy. I go to bed dreaming of like my next jacket I'm going to buy in a heat wave in Southern California. Maybe that's why I'm single. Who knows? Okay, so you guys ready? All right. Thinking caps on. Ooh. Where are most of the U.S. gold reserves stored? Ooh. Yeah, you might know this, you might not know this. Where are most of the US gold reserves stored? And let's see who's going to start on the leaderboard. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And I have to tell you, I mean, I know that at the end of the day, you all say that I give you encouragement, but Kelly says, I just laughed out loud in the waiting room. People are giving me the strangest looks. Good. Can anyone else see my messages? Lauren, yes, I can. Oh my God, those shorts and the zippers. What, love it. So that last message, Lauren, that I see that you wrote was about the shorts. And then I haven't seen any messages since you just asked if anybody saw your messages. Yes, I'm still waiting about, I almost gave you the answer. Does anybody know where the U.S. gold reserves are stored? First person who answers gets the point. I got to go. Chemo time. Love it all. Stay ducking warriors. Kelly, absolutely. And keep laughing out loud. Who cares if people look at you? Love you. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. No, were you leaving messages? Because you're popping up now. I don't know if something happened. So I'm still waiting for the answer to U.S. gold reserves. And then we're going to move on. Because I can't, I have to have rules. Rules are rules. And we need an answer to this. And then let me do this. Let me bring it over here because I need to set up, I need to set this up. I need to move this over there because I want to show you that jacket that I was talking about. And we're going to put this over here. And then I'm going to come back over here. And, oh, that's weird. Her fashion is like yours. Who you talking about? Who you talking about? Let's see here. Free people. Okay. Keep talking amongst yourselves. I'm almost there. All right. So this right here. I'm guessing the U.S. Treasury in Washington, D.C. Kind of, sort of, but I'm going to give that to you because you're the first person to say anything. It's Fort Knox. So D. Shepard is first on the board. So there you go. D. Shepard has won. So far, you are in the lead. All right. So here is, again, the jacket that I was looking at. And again, there you go. So this jacket right here, I want this jacket, and it's $198. But I'm thinking, why are you doing it? Oh no, it's already sold out. Bummer, because I can't wear a medium. That is just not right. We just saw it yesterday. I am going to have to make a complaint. That's not cool. All right, free people. I don't like you anymore. I'm just kidding. I love free people. But I'm going to keep an eye open for that one because I think that one was so stinking cute. Okay, so let's look at something else. We left off yesterday with this outfit right here. Remember this one? And so they have the jeans. These were the jeans that were too long. Now these right here, these are real low-rise jeans. And if you all, I think Courtney, you mentioned this yesterday, but low-rise jeans are actually coming back. I personally like low-rise jeans because I would rather have my little cookie pouch go bloop over the top of it instead of having to have a zipper that goes all the way up to my chin, because that's basically what happens with a lot of those high-waisted. So let's see if we can find me. Oh, here's another jacket. This one's only $168. Lauren says, be right back. Probably won't be back as I finish in 6 minutes from work. It seems like my YouTube's playing up on YouTube. Don't want me to chat. Oh, okay. Well, have a great weekend, Lauren, and I will see you on Monday. Now, this jacket right here, let's see this one. This jacket right here is $168, but it's a denim jacket, but you know what? I have a bunch of denim jackets. So that one's not going to work. But I think it's cute. It looks like a little pea coat, like a little denim pea coat. Very cute. Just, I don't know. I'm having a pouty attack because I wanted that other jacket. Darn it. So, oh well. Now here's a learning lesson. If you find something and you think it's cute, you better jump on it because it's not going to last forever. Now look at these pants here. What do you all think about these pants? Would you wear these pants? Do you think these pants are cute? Because these are jeans that it looks like wow, look at how fast those sold out too. It looks kind of like, almost like a combination of a skirt and pants. The question is, would you wear those? See, I probably wouldn't, just because I think I'm a little bit shorter and I just don't know how those would look on me. But I want to know, would you wear them? That is the question that we're going to ask. Now, next trivia question, because that one bombed. How many stomachs does a cow have? And I got that one wrong. How many stomachs does a cow have? So I think that those are cute, but I personally wouldn't. I don't think that they would look good on me. And also too, I don't know. I stain my stuff. Let's just put it that way. So I'm not too sure if this color would work for me, but it is very cute and they are $228. So we have that. April, you're close. I'm going to give you you're close. I'm cute, but I'm not good with white. You know what? I am absolutely right there with you. If they were, try again. You were close. So you're either going to say one more or one less. I'm helping you out here. All right. So now taking a look at this jacket right here. This is an adorable jacket. No, wrong way. Go the other way. You had it at 3. 2's not wrong. So if you go the other way, and then I'm going to give you your point, because you are definitely working for it. Okay, let's take a look at this jacket, because I just recently bought not 9. All right, I'm just going to give it to you 4, because remember I said just a little bit higher. But since you're guessing, I'm going to give it to you. So April, you are on the board with a point. See, the thing is that you really don't even have to know these answers. You just have to participate and you just have to try. I give participation awards. And here's the thing. It's like, I don't know. It's so weird about how everybody gets a participation award these days. And I remember as a kid, it's like if you didn't do it, you weren't going to get rewarded for it. And I was always that really just making you laugh. Okay. See, now Sky Pastel got it. So you're going to get that. You know what? You had me worried there for a minute, April. I'm like, I'm like, oh my goodness, she is in special form today. But I can remember as a kid in the 6th grade, I wanted to get the presidential fitness award that they had, and you had to do certain things. Now, I was the scrawniest kid in school. I didn't eat well. I lived off of cottage cheese and hot or hamburger buns. And I wanted this award so bad. And I remember I really worked hard to get it. I did end up getting it, but I had to like hang on a bar for a certain amount of time. I had to run a certain bit. And so I understand participation awards because we want people to try to feel like they're accomplishing something. But I also, too, I think that sometimes we just need to make people work harder and have them actually, I don't know, actually get it. Um, you have to know this one. Who was nicknamed Old Blue Eyes? Hmm? Which one? Good morning. Sorry I'm late. Tulip, that's okay. You joined us. We are taking a look at some Free People fashion and we are doing some trivia. Who was nicknamed Old Blue Eyes? You gotta know this one. All right, so I think this is such a cute jacket. Now, if you notice, and I'm not too sure why it's not showing it more, but look at this video. And if you look, the inside is actually, it just like has little peekaboos of it, but there's a pink lining on the inside. And I think that that is amazing. Now, here's the thing. I got a jacket. I got the Opal Swing denim jacket. They haven't delivered it because it's Frank Sinatra. You are absolutely right. D. Shepherd got it. Frank, King of the Rat Pack. You got it. So Tulip got one. Tulip got one. Sky Pastel got one. D. Shepherd got one. And here's the thing. Okay. Sorry, Frankie. No, it wasn't Frank's. It was Frank Sinatra. Yes. Okay, Cranky. I was wondering who in the heck Cranky was. I'm like, okay. I don't know who Cranky is, but she is trying. All right, you get a point for that too. Now, here's a little thing. You know, like that whole question of if you could have a time machine and you could go back in time, where would you go? I would go back to Las Vegas, early 70s, and I would hang out with the Rat Pack. And I think that that would be so incredible. I would, you know what? Let's just say it. I'd be the Rat Pack groupie. I mean, it is what it is. And you know what? My children don't watch this stream, so that's perfectly fine. But yeah, no, they are amazing. And I actually worked with a guy, true story. I worked with a guy, he was an older guy. His name was Glenn Caldwell. And he told me a story one time where he went to Vegas in the early 70s and he was at a blackjack table. And he's sitting there and he was the only one at the table. And then he looked around, he's sitting there playing, and all of a sudden all these people came and like sat down, and he's like, oh, okay. And he said he looked to his left and he looked to his right, and the entire Rat Pack was there, sat down and played blackjack with him at that table. And when he was telling me this story, I was just like, oh, that is so cool. And I think it is so cool. And that is where I would go if I had a time machine. I would go to Vegas and I would hang out with the Rat Pack. So, oh, and thinking about Vegas in the 70s, I remember my mom and dad actually went to Vegas and they saw Elvis play live. And I was just like, you know, that would be like such a cool memory. And I don't really know what would be like an equivalent to that for today. I mean, there's all sorts of stars, and I guess they have residencies at Las Vegas, but I don't know, just seeing like Elvis Presley. And my mom said that he had just gotten out of the hospital with something, and he was actually having to get IVs like throughout the set because he wasn't feeling well. And I don't know, it was just so cool. D. Shepherd said, see, I would go to the 80s and hang out with the Brat Pack. Ooh. See, now I would, yeah. I think I might be older than you because to me they're like my age, and but I don't know. I think I would go farther back. April said, I saw Elvis here the year before he died. Really? Now, okay, so here's the thing. I just read, and I wanted to talk to you about this, but I just read that they said why Lisa Marie passed away, that the findings of it was Lisa Marie Presley died of complications from prior weight loss surgery. And I'm like, how freaking sad is that? And I'm not a Debbie Downer and I'm not going to talk about that, but it just goes with the whole ideology that we need to be okay with ourselves. And I don't think she ever was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to tell people what to do with their own body, but it's all about just always just trying to have like that idea of perfection. And it's like, it's just a tragedy. That's all I'm going to say. So just love your body. If you have some extra pounds, just love your extra pounds. I mean, I've learned to appreciate my extra 9 pounds. We're just going to leave it at that because I don't want to go into a rant about my weight because I just don't want to do that. All right, so let's take a look at this outfit right here. This outfit right here. See, there's that pink. See the pink lining in the jacket right there? That is what I'm talking about. Bloop, 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 right there. What's your perspective regarding face tattoos? XYZ, I see nothing wrong with them. I think that each tattoo, each time that you pick one, wherever you put one on your body is 100% if it tells your story, then do it. I don't think it would be right for me to have this idea of like tattoos need to be acceptable. Tattoos need to be like, you shouldn't judge people on your tattoos, and then have me being like, except if it's like this, or yeah, I don't like those. I mean, will I get a face tattoo? Probably. You know, it could happen. I would think I would tattoo probably my ear first. I think inside the ears are totally cool. I want to go up the side of my neck, and I would probably get freckles like Courtney. But that's my journey. But I would never look at anybody with a face tattoo and be like, "Oh man, you just ruined your face." I don't think it's right to say one thing and do another. I try to absolutely 100% have this live and let live kind of thing. Tulip says, I would hang out with Dorothy Parker and the rest of the Alcuin Round Table in New York. Okay, here's something, and I apologize, but I don't know who Dorothy Parker is. And I feel like I'm suddenly not as cool as I should be. And let's see who this is. Dorothy Parker was an American poet, writer, critic, and satirist based in New York. She was known for her wit, wisecracks, and the eye of the 20th century urban followies. Well, she sounds really cool, and now I sound really not cool because you knew somebody way cooler than I did. In fact, when I went to San Francisco the very first time, I went to the Beat Museum, and that was really cool. And I also walked by the City Lights bookstore, where a lot of the movements of the 60s, absolutely a lot of that movement happened there. And here's the thing, when I first went to San Francisco, I still love San Francisco just as much today, but I kind of had an idea of what like Haight-Ashbury was going to be like. I thought it was going to have this really cool like 60s vibe, and it really didn't. And a lot, I think that if I had a second time machine and I had 2 trips, I would probably go to San Francisco in the 60s just to experience the whole like hippie vibe. I've always been rather fascinated with that movement. I mean, I was born in 64, and I was young when a lot of that movement was happening. And to me, my parents were all like, oh, look at that. But I've always been rather fascinated with that time period in life. So if I wasn't in the 70s hanging out with the Rat Pack, I think I would go a little bit farther back, and I would go to San Francisco in the 60s just to experience that. Yeah, the Beat Museum was really cool. And then also to the City Lights bookstore. They are kind of like, they have a lot of history to it. Now, when I went to Haight-Ashbury, unfortunately, it was, I haven't been there for years, but they did have a really serious, and I know I didn't make any more. They, they, they had a lot of drug problems at Haight Ashbury when I went. But it was still cool. I liked it. I walked through the Golden Gate Park to get there, and you know what? It's very, very cool. All right, so let's go back to this outfit I want to show you. This outfit reminded me so much of, like, I don't know, what decade do you think this outfit is? Because these boots right here, we're going back to, according to what this outfit is showing, but we're going back to more of a skinny leg jean with the boots over the top, which I haven't seen since, gosh, 2010, something like that. And then the denim top with the denim jacket. But this kind of had like a real retro vibe. Now, what they were showing is, oh, this is a legging. So this is a high rise legging jean, but look at this top. I want to show you this top. This right here, it looks like a little denim corset. And we're calling it a corset, not a corset, because I refuse to call it a corset like the other people have been calling it. So we'll find that little thing, and then I'll show that to you. I checked out the Berkeley area for college. I love San Francisco too. Yeah, you know what? Unfortunately, San Francisco right now they're having, it's hard. I mean, it's a rough place right now. And I really, really hope that they're going to be able to curb a little bit of what's going on. It's definitely different. I've been going to San Francisco now since 2016 pretty regularly, and the whole vibe of their of the city has changed, even in the time that I've been going. Tulip says Haight Ashbury is famous for their drug problem. Yeah, you know what? And here's the thing: it's like, because you have the Tenderloin, and the Tenderloin is an area of San Francisco where it is just rampant drug use and open air markets. And one time, okay, here's a little San Francisco story for you. One time after my mom passed away and Robert was in college, he has a major in broadcast communication. And he had to go to a demonstration, like a march, a rally, or something like that, and report from there. And we are in Temecula, which is close to San Diego and LA. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just be spontaneous. Let's rent a car and drive to San Francisco, because they just happen to be having a March for Science. And yes, I said a March for Science, because what had happened is that they were feeling like science was being pushed aside, and like it was a March for Science. Let's just leave it at that. And it started at the Ferry Building, and it went all the way to the UN Plaza. It's up on Market Street. Okay, so I rent a car. And Robert's like, sure, I rent a car. We wake up at 2:00 in the morning, and we drive to San Francisco. It took me 8 hours. We parked at the airport, jumped on the BART, took the subway into the city, and we were at the Ferry Building by 8:00. We actually got there early enough that we were able to have breakfast, and then we were starting right there. We went to the march, we were at the rally, and here we go walking. And it was the coolest experience I think I've had in a very long time. I mean, there were people chanting. There was like, you would walk and there would be like these little group of people, and they'd be banging on their drums. And it was a really cool thing. It kind of reminded me of like maybe marching at a demonstration back in the 60s. That's kind of where I put it in my mind. So then I'm all like, wrapped up in this march, and I'm like, walk, 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 walk. Yeah, March for Science. Yuck, 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 yuck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I was taking pictures along the way. So I'm like, click, click, click. And every time I took a picture, it would tell me what part of San Francisco I was in, on Market Street, on here, on there. And then I remember I took a picture and it said the Tenderloin. And I was like, holy guacamole, Batman. I'm in the Tenderloin. And I had, for as much as I had been going to San Francisco, I stayed away from that part of the city. It is a rough part of the city. So I'm like, hey, Robert, we're in the Tenderloin. And he's like, yeah, we are. I'm like, we need to go. I mean, I am not comfortable. And so we left we were at the UN Plaza. So we're like, well, let's just go to the BART. Let's just go to the subway. You know what? We're done with our march. Let's just grab some, let's go back to the subway. Let's hit another stop and then we'll start driving home. So from the UN Plaza to the BART station, the amount of sadness that I saw was just jaw dropping. I mean, I saw people on the streets using drugs, passed out. I mean, it was really sad. The amount, and my heart broke for these people. I mean, I wasn't grossed out. I wasn't like, oh my God, this is horrible. But I was heartbroken because that was somebody's son, that was somebody's daughter, that's somebody's sister, that's somebody's brother, that's somebody's father, that's somebody's mother. I mean, just the amount of despair that was coming from there was crazy. So then I'm like, let's walk faster. And so we're walking and yeah, there's people fighting. I mean, it's rough. Let's just put it that way. Your girl here doesn't do well in rough situations like that. So I'm like, and we get to the subway. Now on the subway, there is a train going this way and a train going that way. All right. This is how the subway system works. You're either going towards Oakland or you're going towards the airport. So I'm still kind of a little like, I'm still a little on edge from just walking through the Tenderloin. I told Robert, I'm like, well, Robert, what train do we go on? And he was like, I heard in my mind, well, let's just jump on the next train and we'll figure it out. So that's what I heard in my mind. In reality, he was like, let's just figure it out. And so here comes the train. Whoop, doors open. Whoop. Here I'm like, bloop. I jump on the train. Well, Robert's standing on the platform and he's still trying to figure out what train we're going to take. And I turn around. He's looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm looking at him and I'm like, why aren't you on the train? The door's shut. I go down the tunnel and Robert's still on the platform. And I am 100% panic stricken. I'm like clawing at the doors. I'm like, and people are staring at me. And I'm like, excuse me, has anybody seen the emergency stop button? And they're like, whoa, because I was not maintaining very well. So then I'm like, okay, play it cool, Lonni, play it cool. People are looking at you. So I'm like texting Robert. I'm like, dear Robert, I will get off at the next station. I will get a taxi and I will be back to you shortly. And he texts me. He's like, get off at the next plaza. I'll get on the next train and I'll be right there. So I'm like, Roger, got it. And so I'm like, okay, Lonni, play it cool, play it cool, play it cool. You don't want anybody to know that you're panicking. So I'm like, yeah, I got this. I'm tough. So I get off at the next station and I'm waiting for Robert. Well, it's underground, it's dark, and I'm there by myself. And so I see a janitor who, works for the BART station, and he's going around and he's cleaning up, and I'm like, I'm just going to go stand by him. Well, he's standing here and he's cleaning, and I'm standing like close to him, not like staring at him, but close enough to him. So he's walking around trying to sweep up, and I'm like following him, and he's like, and I'm like, nothing to see here. So Robert came back to the station. I got on he got off, and then we got on the right train and we made it back to the airport. So I don't know why I ended up telling you that story, but yes, San Francisco has changed. And what has happened is that what's happening in the Tenderloin is happening in all of the city now. And it breaks my heart because with that happening and the amount of despair, stores are shutting down, people are moving away, and the city is just changing. Tulip says, we have a huge drug problem in San Diego where I live. Spring Valley used to be meth capital of the world. I see that there every day. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, I grew up in San Diego area, so and even here where I live, I mean, I live in the suburbs, and there are instances where, I mean, we have problems here too. And I mean, I don't have any direct run-in, but I also too have been like walking to my car and not too long ago, I was walking to my car and somebody asked me for a lighter. And when I said no, they went absolutely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I'm all like, I'm going to remove myself from the situation. And I live in the middle of this, like a track home area. So it's unfortunately everywhere. But that was my story about San Francisco. And that's just kind of like the whole kind of like vibe of my life told in one story. But here's the thing is I'm supposed to be having to go to New York in October. And I'm like, you know what? I'm a capable person. I'm a ducking warrior. I can go to New York and I can maneuver my way around and I can do this. I know I can. I mean, I survived my Home Alone moment in the subways of San Francisco. I can survive in New York, and hopefully that is where I end up going. So yesterday I did end up I got my pictures taken. They weren't as horrible as I thought. So I did find some that I'm able to use. So I'm glad that that's over because I mean, I'm very thankful to be able to do this for Doc Martens, but also too, it has totally thrown me off my schedule. So I'm going to be back to filming my YouTubes. I'm going to be back to getting those up more and more. I am working on my this week's fashion. So I have that all filmed and I'll be putting that together. Tulip says, I don't live in Spring Valley. I live in North Park. What I meant was I see homeless people passed out on the sidewalk every day, sadly. Yeah, no, and it is unfortunately, sometimes it's really easy to think like it's like a big city problem, but it's no longer a big city problem anymore. It's all of our problems and it is everywhere. And I've seen those videos of like Philadelphia. I can't even say Philadelphia, right? But I've seen it to where it's like just, they're just like slumped over. And as a society, we need to stop thinking it's somebody else's problem or it's some other city's problems. I think it is a worldwide problem where we just need to. I don't under I don't understand. I mean, I personally, I mean, I've had an addiction, but I just think that there has to be something to curve the direction that we're going with this. And I don't have the answer, but I just think that we need to put more time and effort into it and try to help these people. And we need to have some sort of prevention. I mean, that's all I can say. I think it is very cool, the Doc Martin thing. Yeah, I wish that we did more or even something for homeless people. Yes, and here's the thing. It's so Tulip, I am so excited about this. I did this last year. I absolutely love. I looked at my drafts last night. I absolutely love what I've put together. So I'm supposed to be doing that at the end of this month. I will go live with that and I'll show you then what I put all together. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. Now, here's the thing is I personally think there's a difference between being homeless and then being and having a drug problem, perhaps a mental health problem. I think that it's two different things and we need to look at it in two different ways. I mean, if you're living in your car or if you're living on the street because you cannot afford rent or a place to live, absolutely, that is a homeless problem and there needs to be affordable housing. It is just what it needs to be. Because I remember, I mean, when I had Robert and Brandon were younger and I didn't have my corporate job, I struggled. I worked 7 days a week. I worked for food. I worked at a wedding venue where I got to take home what other people didn't eat. Because they cooked for the wedding and I brought home food and my kids and I ate that and I was poor. And I all of my money went to rent, and there were nights that we didn't have any electricity because I couldn't afford electricity, and I would cook by candlelight. So I was like right there on the verge of not being able to afford a house. And that is ridiculous that we live in a society where there are just gazillionaires who can afford to go in a homemade submarine to the bottom of the ocean, but we can't provide housing to single parents. To me, it's wrong. There's just something wrong right there. So to me, that's a homeless population that needs to have assistance in their housing. And then you have homeless versus houselessness. Exactly. And then you have the people who are battling mental health, drug issues. That's a whole different story. I mean, you can go up to them and be like, hey, I'll offer you a place to live. And chances are they're not going to, I mean, and I'm not an expert on this, but they don't have the same needs. And we need to separate the two. And we definitely need to address it in different ways. And it's something where if I had the answer, I would be sharing it, but I unfortunately don't. But again, I don't think that this is somebody else's problem. I think it is all of our problems. And it's not fair to sit there and point our fingers at somebody else being like, you need to fix this. So I think as a society, we need to figure out how to curb this. And you know what? It's not like it's something new. I mean, there's been people living houseless for decades. I mean, my grandfather used to ride the rails during the Depression. I mean, he didn't have a house, so he was on the little train going around trying to find jobs. So it's just weird on that. Tulip says there are definitely different homeless situations. Living paycheck to paycheck, one loses their job, it can be disastrous. Yes, it can. And you know what? And here's the thing. It's like, I always told myself I would do whatever I had to do to feed my children. And I did whatever I had to do to feed my kids. And it wasn't easy. And I don't know. It's so weird because it was really hard for me to be that. And the equality of jobs is another issue because my ex-husband, he was living high on the hog, and I was scraping hot dogs together in candlelight to feed the kids that he had nothing to do with, you know? And so to me, it's like, again, and I've always said this, and I still to today will do this, but no, not an if, let's get the if out of the way. When I become this massive YouTuber and I have amazing forms of income, I wanted to start a nonprofit to where I help single moms in situations like, and it doesn't have to be craziness. It's where I would like pay your month's bills for the month. You know, I'll pay your rent for the month. I will give you the down deposit for a house. I wanted to give back, and I want to help single moms in the way that I knew I would have wanted help when I was one. I mean, I am still a single mom, but my kids are adults. But I want to do a nonprofit like that to where, you know, and only you have to do is just write me a letter and tell me your story, and then, you know, I'll help you out. And I mean, I can't help out every single person, but if I help out somebody, then that would be me giving back to where I want to give back. And that's always been my goal. And, you know, of course I want to help animals, but I thought single moms needed it because that might be the difference between being able to make it one more month or not. And to me, it even just the littlest things like that. Tulip, I am judging your ex-husband right now. Yeah, there's all sorts of things that you could judge him about. And at the end of the day, fast forward to where I am right now, I won the jackpot. You know what? He might have had the fancy cars, but I have a relationship with my children. So at the end of the day, I won this contest in life, and I would not change a thing. And I wouldn't change a thing. And it has taught me to appreciate what I have. But And Courtney says, I 100% support you on this. I think we all would. Yeah. And you know what? And that's just something that I want to do. I mean, if I am at that, no, if, when I'm at that position where I am able to do this, I 100% will. And that's kind of like where sometimes I look at some of these like mega stars that can afford the most ridiculous things. And I mean, maybe they do something to help their community, and maybe they don't. I mean, I'm not going to judge them because I don't want anybody judging me. And 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 I'm not a judgmental person, but he sounds awful. Well, let's just put it this way: my kids don't talk to him, and for them to not speak to their own dad, that speaks volumes in itself. And he 100% blames me for that instead of looking inside as to what part he had in this whole thing. But that just wraps him up completely how it is. So yeah, no, one day we will have a nonprofit. And you know what? We just might call it Ducking Warriors. The Ducking Warriors nonprofit, or ducking the mothers of the ducking warriors, or something like that. I just thought of that, and that would be something that I would do. So there you go. There you go, YouTube. Make me famous so I can help single mothers. Yeah, I think that would be I think it's a good goal. I think it is something that we should make happen. And I say we because it's us. We are in this together. So I'm going to stop right at an hour. I have all of my stuff for Doc Martin put together. I have to email that over. I do have a video I'm posting this morning. I went to a new thrift store called Do Gooders that was nothing like I thought it was going to be. So I have that. I'll be posting that today. I am going to my tattoo convention, and I will be recording there. And I'm going to Nordstrom's to record their anniversary sale tomorrow. So I will be back on Monday. And on Monday, I think I'm going to talk about, I'm going to keep track of everything I eat this weekend starting tomorrow. And I'm going to share with you everything I ate over the weekend, because I am doing the intermittent fasting and I am trying to lose the 9 pounds that have snuck on me. So I thought it'd be fun for Monday to be like, hey, here's what I ate. So I'm going to log that, and we're going to share that on Monday. And of course, I will let you know how both Nordstrom's and the tattoo thing went. So I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me today. As always, I enjoy hanging out with you, and I love you all. And please remember, be bright, be bold, be brave, and I will see you all on Monday. Ooh, stay cool and stay safe.